Now, if you're anything like me, your studio has probably been a revolving door for gear. Over the years, I've bought, tested, reviewed and sold dozens of studio microphones. Some were cheap, some were expensive, but these three condensers right here, including the one I'm talking into right now, they are never leaving my studio. Welcome back to the channel. We live in the era of gear hype. You're constantly being told that you've got to spend at least 4 figures to get that professional album-ready sound. But today I want to cut through all the noise because these 3 large diaphragm condensers right here, well, they're not the ones that people typically recommend and talk about online. They each have a bit of a cult following, some seriously unique engineering histories, and distinct sonic identities that make them completely irreplaceable for me. First up, the mic that I'm talking into right now, the Oktava MK-319. Now, just looking at it, you can tell it's a bit different. It has a wonderfully utilitarian Eastern Bloc aesthetic. I mean, it literally looks like it was built in a tank factory, and that's not actually far off. These were manufactured in Tula, Russia by a company that's been manufacturing audio gear since 1936. Historically, they made everything from aviation intercoms to military headsets. This specific model, the 319, came out in the mid-90s as the successor of the notoriously boxy sounding MK-219. They redesigned the body and gave it this more rounded open head basket to address some of those rather unpleasant internal resonances. But this is where this mic gets really interesting. Almost every cheap large diaphragm condenser that's been produced over the last 30 years follows the same generic Chinese copy of a Neumann classic. But not this one. It features a proudly Russian gold sputtered Teflon capsule with built-in resonator discs. What that means to me and you is that it acts like an internal passive EQ, giving it a mid-forward character that heavily mimics the Neumann K47 capsule. It does have its quirks. The plastic switches feel a bit cheap and somewhat wobbly, and the finish itself can look a bit rough. Also, a quick warning, in the early 2000s there was a big flood of counterfeit versions of this microphone. Check inside for an indented logo on the circuit board. Also, legit ones will come with their own passport and this rather incredible handwritten frequency response chart, all in Russian. Sonically, it completely defies that cheap condenser stereotype. It doesn't have that harsh, brittle sizzle to the top end. Instead, it delivers a warm, dark, mid-focus tone that's got a real vintage ribbon feel about it. That's a lot of the reason why I love this mic. Take a listen to a couple of past examples of me using this mic on vocals.
Though the days are long, twilight sings a song of all that happiness used to be. Sweeping the floors, open up the doors, yeah, turning the lights, getting ready for the night. Nobody's romancing, so too well for dancing, but here comes the music.
Next up is a microphone that represents a brilliant approach to modern manufacturing, the TechOne Stellar X2. Now, when you pick this microphone up, the build quality instantly jumps at you. It's got a sleek matte black steel body and a really satisfying weight to it. Now, TechOne did something really clever to keep the price down without sacrificing the sound. They source high-grade components from America and Germany, but they handle the final assembly in China. If you pop this mic open, you'll find a custom transformerless JFET circuit running on high-end German capacitors and gold-plated circuit traces. The capsule itself is a 34mm K67 design style made with Japanese mylar. But the real secret is that TechOne manually biases every single JFET in-house. That means they tweak the internal electronics by hand for every single microphone, and this ensures maximum gain without introducing ugly distortion. The result of all that is a microphone that is remarkably flat and balanced. Most budget large diaphragm condensers typically have a presence boost around 6 to 10K in order to sound more detailed. But it usually just makes vocals sound incredibly sibilant and harsh. The Stellar X2, however, avoids that completely. It has a tiny smooth lift around 4K and a dip where harshness usually lives. It sounds open, it sounds natural, and I think way more expensive than it actually is. Take a listen to a couple of examples on my vocals.
This is loving better last. Heaven knows it's high time, and I've been waiting on my own too long. Now I understand what you tried to say to me.
Finally, we have the ultimate utility player in my studio, the CAD M179. Now, CAD is an American company with a massive pedigree, and the M179 is a direct descendant of their highly acclaimed Equitech E300. Look closely at the front of this microphone. Most budget multi-pattern microphones give you a hard switch for 3 options: cardioid, omni, and figure 8. The M179, however, gives you a continuously variable dial. That means you can sweep seamlessly through omni to wide cardioid, cardioid, hypercardioid, and figure 8. And that can be a real lifesaver for tuning out unwanted room reflections or dialing in just the right amount of ambient space. There's also a technical detail about this microphone that catches a lot of people off guard. It is a very hungry beast indeed. This microphone demands a massive 8 milliamperes of current from your phantom power supply. That is more than double what a standard Neumann or AKG pulls. But because it draws so much juice, it drives a high power transformerless circuit that's capable of handling a jaw-dropping 143 decibels of sound pressure. Sonically, it's uncoloured and very accurate. It doesn't try to colour the source with artificial warmth or fake top-end sparkle. Instead, it just gives you exactly what's in front of it, and remember, it can handle those high volumes without flinching. That makes it a go-to for guitar cabs, drums, loud sources like brass, and I really like it on vocals too. Check it out.
Papa went to other lands, found someone who understands the ticking, the Western man's need to cry. Love is you, you and me.
Now, when you actually look at these 3 microphones together, you realise that they form like the ultimate budget mic locker because they all complement each other perfectly. If you need vintage mid-range warmth and character, then I grab for the Oktava 319. If I need pristine, highly detailed vocal or acoustic sounds, then I'm going to go for the Stellar X2. Or if I have a complicated acoustic setup or a brutally loud source, or just simply want to take advantage of that multi-pattern versatility, I reach for the CAD. So you don't need thousands of pounds to set up a great studio, you just need the right tools that are going to do their specific job brilliantly. But I want to hear from you. What is that one budget microphone that you've kept hold of whilst you've sold all the others? Let me know in the comments box below. Thanks for watching the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join the membership for so much more. And if you're still hungry for more mic content, you might want to stick around for this next video.